Yeah, good food, man.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, bueno comida.
Well, I remember from all the movies, so, this one won't make you have to run and go take a dump.
Well, actually, I'm on a diet, and my wife doesn't know I'm eating, so when I eat supper tonight with her, she'll be saying, "Oh, you're doing really good, honey. You haven't eaten."
Because we just stuffed you full of Los Margaritas, the official food today
That's
of the
good.
Uncle Nasty Show. Powered. The show is powered by Los Margaritas. How you been, man?
I've been good, bro. Been real good. Been, kicking back and doing my thing and watching my garden grow.
And grow and grow.
Yeah. I have a freedom, marijuana.
Yeah, BC,
medical.
Isn't that changed too, though? I mean, haven't they laxed up the laws of Columbia?
Quite a bit.
There's a bulldog there now, right?
Yeah.
There's a bulldog from the Amsterdam fame in Vancouver.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of growers. In fact, I was at a pipe show in Vegas, and I met a guy from Vancouver, and he was trying to explain where his warehouse was. And he said, the thing in Vancouver, everywhere you go to rent...
Notes. I'll be where? Left on where?
Yeah, every time you go to rent some place, the walls are all painted white, and they got hooks, and they got the extra power coming in. They got more underground gardens in Vancouver per capita than anywhere in the world, except maybe Denver.
What's the law? What's the law in
if you get caught, they take it off you. That's about it.
So you buy?
They don't bother you.
That's easy.
They got too many junkies there to bother with potheads,
See, man, well, why doesn't the U.S. government take a look at that?
Oh, they do. Hey, it's not the government, man. It's big business. That's who, and of course, that's who runs big government, so there
you go. They're sleeping together.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not a very pretty sight.
Yeah, well, I read that thing in Rolling Stone where these two congressmen that were, trying to get the death penalty for pot users were working for the tobacco industry. They're both from tobacco.
I heard that the tobacco industry was ready to convert in the late 60s. They had everything up and running and ready to go, and now they're getting all this flack, and they're having to pay back all this money to all the individual states. Why don't they just convert now?
Well, they did. I talked to one guy. I was down in that area, and I talked to one guy that works.
This is going to be a pro-hemp show, folks, today on the Uncle Nasty Show, okay? So this bothers you.
Be forewarned. I was in... I think South Carolina, and I talked to a guy that works, in the tobacco, in the plant, that actually they're developing the pot. But they're so far behind the local growers, and the guys from BC, they're out there doing their traditional stuff, in the meantime, people are cloning plants, from...
Crossbreeding, pollination going on with tweezers.
Getting that super bat guano fertilizer stuck in there, lights, 14 hours a day, lights, in tents, and singing to them and playing Joan Baez records.
That's like the Nice Dreams movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Great flick.
Nice Dreams, most of those plants were Cheech's, that?
Were they real?
Yeah. There's a scene where Cheech is smelling the buds. Oh, I got to put a bra on you.
You have to get you a training bra.
Yeah, that was his personal plants.
And he won't admit to that now, though, will he?
No, probably not.
Oh, that was all fake. I never did any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I saw him on, what did I see him on? Leno? Well, back, he didn't say that he did.
Was he on Leno?
It was Leno or Letterman, somebody's show.
He was on, I seen him
Conan.
on the Spanish guy, the Spanish, Sinbad's show.
On Sinbad's show?
Yeah.
Oh, he's hit it big time, huh? That show's off the air, I think.
I know. I think it was the last show. And Sinbad showed that, the scene of Cheech smelling all the joints, and then the buds, and then he asked Cheech, so what have you been doing now? And Cheech didn't know what to say, Well, I'm not doing that anymore.
And look who he's hanging out with. Don Johnson. Everybody knows Don Johnson put up half of Peru up his nose. So, that guy partied. I'm not trying to dog him or anything, but it just seems that Cheech has left his roots.
Him and Don, they did. Him and Don are, they have matching girdles.
It's in San Francisco.
They feed them pretty regular, so they have to girth them in when they put in those, those Miami Vice suits. Don, he wears a gun holster all the time. You ever seen this show?
Yeah, I've seen this show. What Nash Bridges, right?
Yeah, I was watching this show in Orlando. Orlando, Florida. I was working at the Holiday Inn, and after the show...
Like working at the Holiday Inn or doing a show at the
Doing a show, the comedy clubs at the Holiday Inn.
What were you having to drink, sir?
It was actually...
Tommy Chong bartending live at the Holiday Inn.
It was actually Sarasota. And I was on the show, and I started ragging on Cheech, about being on TV and that. And so after the show, I'm selling T-shirts, and this guy come up to me, he says, you're ragging on Cheech. He said, but he's on TV, and here you are in Sarasota selling T-shirts at the Holiday Inn.
See, you got to kiss the man's ass to make any cash in this world, don't you? You guys made some money off those movies, didn't you? Because then it seemed like there was a whole lot of overhead.
No.
And pretty much you guys just messing around. How'd you write those scripts? As you went, or?
I wrote them, most of them. I was the one that physically sat down and wrote them on paper. And then, I directed most of the stuff. Cheech, Cheech and I always wrote, it was sort of mental telepathy, where we just look at each other. We knew exactly what we were going to do because we'd worked together so long, And I always wrote, the way I wrote with Cheech is I'd hang with him and find out, his latest little quirky things, Like Basketball Jones, he was sitting in the car. We're driving to the Laker game one night with Nicholson. And Nicholson's driving the car, and he's on the wrong side of the road because we're late. And so Nicholson, he's got this special aura about him where he's Jack Nicholson. He's on the wrong side of the road going down the wrong way.
I own the street.
Yeah. And
I'll beat your ass with a golf club.
Yeah. Cheech got nervous and started singing, Basketball Jones, I got Basketball Jones. So the next day I remembered it until we went in the studio and recorded it.
And that's how that happened. How about Blind Melon? Blind Melon Chillin'.
Blind Melon Chillin'. My first wife was black. In fact, remember the Three Dog Night?
Yeah.
The group?
That was a bullfrog.
The drummer, Floyd Sneed, was my brother-in-law.
Okay.
I was married to his sister. And
this is Ray Don's mom, right?
No, actually, Ray Don's another black girl that I had.
A long list of women.
I used to be a blues musician. Let's put it that way. But anyway, my in-laws...
Had to tap into the source, so to speak.
Yeah, my in-laws were all older, blues-loving type church-going, elderly black people. Beautiful people. But they used to answer the phone like, they'd answer the phone, yow, yow. Yow, yow, yow. And so I put that in the record. Blind, yow. Yeah, Blind baby, how you doing? Yow.
Let's take a look at that ding-dong. I think he's going to show you, JR. Oh, my God. Take a look at that thing. We'll never get it on the album cover. Hey, we'll be back. It's Tommy Chong on the Uncle Nasty Show. We're taking your phone calls now. 629-ROCK-ROLL, 631-2-WIN. You'll be here tonight and tomorrow.
At the Comedy Works.
Okay, we'll give away some passes, too. And you also have some merchandise that you're selling down at Comedy Works. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't tease everybody. Give them to stick around, all right?
Okay.
Big BPI is what you're listening to. Bye-bye.
Tonight,
the Rockies' Kiss is up for a Grammy also. Yeah, how about that? You a big Kiss fan, Tommy?
Well, I really appreciate what they do. I like their comic books and stuff. Music, I can listen to a few tunes, but
that's about it.
I just really love their approach to it all. They just really nailed it.
Big business. That's what they turned it into from the very get-go.
They're very brilliant about it, and the makeup thing was great.
Taking it off and having other members and getting the original lineup, putting it back on, just cash, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Oh, man. See,
that's why we got to, if Ozzy Osbourne and Tony Iommi can get along, you and Cheech can get along.
It's not about getting along. It's about being too rich.
Is that what it's about?
Yeah.
Do you need to be too rich before you think about doing something like that?
No, it's the other way around. It's when you're not rich. That's when you get along. It's when you're rich. You have. I remember when Cheech and I started out. When we did Up in Smoke, we shared a trailer, and we had a great time. And
just messing around.
And then the next movies after that, we each had our own trailer. And then we each had our own entourage.
See, the bond was broke.
And so we each, all of a sudden, Cheech doesn't feel like working today. That kind of thing, And Cheech would like to talk to you, or,
tell Cheech to drag his ass over
or
here.
Mr. Chong is too busy, he can't be disturbed right now, And that got in between Cheech and I. And that's the problem. And when you have money, that's what happens,
So that's really what happened after Get Out of My Room, the home video. That's pretty much the last thing you guys did.
I didn't want to do that video, and Cheech wanted to do it bad.
You didn't look too happy about it.
So he actually wrote and directed it and everything else. And that was the problem with our relationship. When I wrote, I always shared and I always made sure he got the singing parts. When he wrote his stuff, he kind of wrote me right out. You know?
You just stand around.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what you're doing. You don't look too happy in that video.
I wasn't.
You're like,
that one, Born in East L.A.
Yep.
He never wrote me in there at all. He wrote the whole thing himself, and he never, not one, nothing, nothing.
Never crossed his mind to ask you to play guitar on it.
You know what? He phoned me when they were recording it, and he says, "Come on down. I want you to be in the video." Like I'm, like we had been, partners for 15 years.
Here's your big part on that record is you're on the answering machine on I'm Not Home Right Now.
Exactly.
That's you right there.
That was it. Yeah.
And then that little DJ skit you guys do too is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mic shorts out.
Yeah.
Play something from this century.
Yeah. Well, I wrote that one, and I got.
See, and you included him. See what a nice person you are.
Well, that's what you do. I mean, but I'm an old blues musician, and the thing is, when you have like a trio or some band people playing with you, you give everybody solos. You include everybody. You
try to make everybody. You make a great, human resource person.
Yeah.
You ever thought about that?
Well,
you can go that Frank Zappa way.
Yeah, I've done my share. I'm going to put a band together with my kids.
How old are you boys?
I got a boy, 24. He's a bass player, and I have another one, 18. He's a drummer. And so we got a power trio.
Right there.
And they're very good. They're really good-looking guys.
What would you call it?
Chong and the Family Stoned. That's going to be the name.
It must be a pretty common thing around your house.
Yeah,
to spark up whenever.
It is.
Would you rather see your kids smoke pot or tobacco?
No, they don't smoke tobacco.
See?
Yeah, they quit that. That's one rule I have. You don't smoke tobacco. You weightlift. I got them weightlifting, But pot, okay, what do you do? A couple of hits nowadays, it's a couple of hits, that's it. You're fine.
Yeah. Well, at least, you're bottom of the food chain, you're still scoring the swag.
Yeah.
That happens,
Well, Dad does not bring home any inferior swag, sorry.
You're like Tom Shane with marijuana.
Yeah. I get the best. Well, the best growers in the world are always coming up to me and saying, "Hey, man, this is the best in the world."
You're considered the utmost authority, I'm sure.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh man,
I've been invited I've been invited to every cannabis cup, and I've never made one yet because I've always felt, why fly all that way to sit when you can sit in your living room and do the same thing without the hassle of getting on an airplane,
Because that's not a short flight. I just did that in October. Went out to Amsterdam. That's a long flight. We flew to London, and then we took the train from London. Went underneath the channel, did the channel thing. Yeah.
How was that?
That was cool. It was very cool. I promised my wife I'd take her before.
Oh, how nice.
We had a little one. We just had a little one on Valentine's Day. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thanks, bud.
You got a little one.
Yeah, a little nasty, a little Uncle Nasty.
Yeah. I love babies.
We'll have to go downstairs to the basement here a little while for celebratory smoke.
Well, we can. You can't talk up in the studio. Huh?
No, it's corporate. That sucks.
But we can pretend.
Let's take some phone calls here on the.
Hey, we hung out. You made a answering machine tape for me.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
You hung out for quite a while.
Yeah, I'm not on the steroids anymore now.
You're not on the what?
On the steroids anymore now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, let's talk about the last time you were in Denver. You did a thing with Carrie and Kearns, our old morning show at some ice cream shop.
Yeah, Ben and Jerry's or something?
Josh and John.
Josh and John.
The ice cream store.
Yeah, Josh and John's.
Everybody just puffing it up in there, man. Kids riding blocks with 6-foot glass bongs.
It was crazy.
They were spilling their bong water all over the table.
Yeah, we're talking about that. Yeah.
That's always a party when Tommy Chong's in town.
That's that etiquette. You got to watch that bong water.
Yeah, you got to watch your bong water. Spilling in public is...
You hold your bong water, boy. Hey, Chris, man, thanks for the call.
Yeah, man.
All right, you know what? Hang on. I bet we can hook you up with a pair of tickets to catch him tonight or tomorrow.
Excellent. I appreciate that, and good talking to you, Tommy. I'll hold the line here.
All right.
He doesn't say good talking to you, Nasty, or thank you, Nasty.
Thank you, Nasty.
Hail, Nasty.
Oh, there he goes.
You're listening to the Uncle Nasty Show. 106.7 KBPI.
Fox the Rockies, yapping on the phone, yapping to Tommy Chong. He is with us this afternoon. Tommy, good afternoon. Good to have you in here, man, I'm telling you.
It was fun to be here, man.
We're going to take a couple more phone calls and give away some stuff here shortly.
Okay, bro.
I'm going to bust out traffic, and we're going to go ahead and say sayonara.
Adios, amigos.
You got any closing thoughts?
Just, keep the faith and keep it lit.
Keep it lit. I like that. Hey, stick around.